would tell a joke. It would take Brando 3 seconds to catch on, and he would go like that.
What if one of Hollywood's greatest legends turned down millions just to avoid a single co-star? Someone so infuriating that even John Wayne had to step in. Robert Duvall's explosive feud with this mystery figure sent shockwaves through Tinseltown. And the truth behind their clash is wilder than any blockbuster. Was it ego, betrayal, or a secret so dark it's been buried for decades? As whispers of a jaw-dropping confession swirl, we're diving into Duvall's epic journey. From The Godfather's quiet genius to a life of luxury, love, and brutal honesty. Alongside him, his Godfather peers face their own dramas. Heartbreaking losses, financial gambles, and comeback dreams. Buckle up for a roller coaster of revelations because when Duvall finally spills the name, Hollywood will never be the same. You won't believe who's at the center of this storm. Imagine a feud so intense that Robert Duvall ditched millions just to avoid one Hollywood heavyweight. Who could it be? Buckle up because this isn't just about a clash. It's a wild ride through Duvall's life, packed with jaw-dropping moments and lessons that hit hard. Born in 1931 in San Diego, he was raised in a world of naval discipline and stage dreams. His dad, a Navy captain, wanted him to follow in his footsteps, but Duvall's mom ignited his love for acting. After high school, he studied drama, only to detour into the Army. There, a local play reignited his fire, pushing him to New York in 1955. Training with Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman at the neighborhood playhouse, he scraped by on odd jobs, mailrooms, retail, even truck driving, honing a raw edge that'd define his career. His first big splash? Playing Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird. With no lines, he turned silence into magic, bleaching his hair and shunning sunlight to embody the role. Then came The Godfather. As Tom Hagen, he was the Corleone's rock, a calm genius amid chaos. But here's where it gets spicy. Duvall's co-star clash was so explosive, John Wayne had to intervene. He called this mystery figure an actor's enemy, slamming his films and attitude. Their blowout was legendary, and Duvall's refusal to reunite cost him big, but kept his pride intact. Today, whispers hint he's rethinking that grudge. Could a secret confession be brewing? Speaking of peers, Hoffman's recent loss has fans in tears. The Graduate star, once Duvall's broke roommate, now mourns privately, trading red carpets for reflection. His luxury life, Porsche's a New York penthouse, faces whispers of strain, a far cry from his Oscar-winning peak. Hackman, meanwhile, dropped a bombshell. After retiring, he's eyeing a comeback. The French Connection icon thrives on his New Mexico ranch, cruising in Chevys, with real estate and a film company bolstering his wealth. And James Caan? Sonny Corleone's swagger has dimmed. Financial hiccups forced him to sell a Cadillac, but a streaming deal might spark a revival. Duvall's financial game is pure gold. His Godfather fame built a fortune, splashed on a Mustang and a Virginia ranch. No private jets, just earthy vibes. His Butcher's Run films churns out indie hits, diversifying his income like a pro. Insurance, he's covered. Health, assets, the works, mirroring a life of calculated moves. Compare that to Caan's struggles or Hoffman's scaling back, and Duvall's a standout. His secret? Picking roles for passion, not pay, and investing in classics that grow, cars, land, legacy. What's the takeaway from this Hollywood saga? Passion fuels wealth. Duvall's stage love turned into millions. Diversify like his producing gig, and you're set for the long haul. And those timeless assets? They're not just toys, they're smart money. But the real hook's still dangling. Who was that co-star? The feud's details, creative clashes, crew disrespect, are Hollywood lore, and the latest buzz says Duvall might spill it. Picture that reveal. It'd shake Tinseltown to its core. Stay tuned. This story's far from over. The feud that rocked Hollywood, Robert Duvall's clash with a mystery co-star, left jaws on the floor. But what's the real story behind their fallout? As we pick up the saga, Duvall's journey from The Godfather to today's headlines weaves a tale of loyalty, loss, and jaw-dropping financial moves that'll leave you stunned. Back in the Godfather's golden days, Duvall's Tom Hagen was the Corleone family's backbone, delivering chilling ultimatums, like ensuring a producer woke up to a brutal message about casting Johnny Fontaine. His quiet menace stole scenes, but by part 2, the stakes skyrocketed. With Michael dodging betrayal, Hagen stepped up as acting Don, proving his worth. Yet, as Michael's heart hardened, he sidelined Hagen, a shift Duvall played with haunting subtlety. Fast forward to now, and whispers of a shocking confession swirl. Could Duvall finally reveal the co-star he despised? Or is he burying the hatchet for good? That Godfather legacy didn't come easy. When part 3 rolled around, Duvall walked away over a pay dispute. Al Pacino's $8 million dwarfed his offer, and he wasn't having it. Fans felt the sting. Without Hagen, the film lost its soul. Imagine the power struggle that could have been. Hagen versus Michael, a clash of titans scrapped for budget drama. Today, Duvall's reflecting on those days, hinting at secret news about his Godfather exit. Was it just money or something deeper? His net worth, now pegged at $70 million, grew from savvy role choices and producing gigs, with projections climbing as his indie films gained cult status. His real estate empire? A $10 million Virginia ranch and a California coastal retreat, bought in the 90s when prices were a steal. Add a classic Mustang and a no-frills Patek Philippe watch, and Duvall's luxury screams understated wealth. His old pal Dustin Hoffman's riding a different wave. Once the scrappy graduate star, Hoffman's recent personal loss has him stepping back, trading premieres for quiet nights in his $15 million Manhattan penthouse. His net worth, hovering at $100 million, ballooned from blockbusters but faces strain from lavish spending. Think vintage Porsches and a private jet leased for quick getaways. Future projections dip slightly unless he reins it in. His insurance game is tight, with health and asset policies shielding his fortune. A lesson from early career hiccups. But here's the hook. Is Hoffman planning a memoir to share his grief, or will he stun us with a comeback? Gene Hackman, the French Connection legend, dropped a bombshell. He's mulling a return after years on his New Mexico ranch. His $80 million net worth, built on gritty roles and real estate flips, looks to grow with a new production venture. Properties in Santa Fe and Malibu, worth $12 million combined, anchor his empire, while a Chevy Corvette and a simple Rolex keep his style grounded. Insurance-wise, he's covered for health and investments, a nod to his practical streak. What's his next project? That's the question buzzing on every fan's lips. James Caan's story tugs harder. The Godfather's Sonny once lived large, but financial woes hit hard. He's selling a Cadillac to stay afloat. His $20 million net worth, down from a 90s peak, could rebound with a streaming deal. His $8 million LA condo and leased Gulfstream jet scream past glory, but leaner days loom unless that deal lands. Health and career insurance keep him secure, a smart move from his roller coaster career. Picture this. Caan roaring back with a gritty role. Could it happen? Duvall's apocalypse. Now role as Colonel Kilgore was pure fire. His napalm in the morning line still chills. Drawing on his military roots, he made war look like a twisted game, surfing through chaos. Then, in The Great Santini, he flipped the script, playing a Marine dad whose toughness broke his family. Those roles plus his producing hustle built a fortune that's a masterclass in longevity. His financial lessons? Bet on yourself. Duvall took risks on indie projects. Live below your means. His ranch life shuns Hollywood excess. And secure your future. His insurance covers every angle. Compare that to Pacino, whose Godfather Millions funded a $50 million real estate spread across New York and Beverly Hills. His Ferrari collection and Audimar's Piguet watches dazzle. But overspending threatens his $120 million net worth. Future projections hinge on his next big role. Hoffman, Hackman, Caan, Pacino, they're all tied to Duvall's orbit, their past glories clashing with today's struggles. But the real cliffhanger? That co-star feud. Insiders say Duvall's ready to talk, and when he does, Hollywood's walls will shake. Keep watching. This drama is just heating up. The mystery of Robert Duvall's epic Hollywood feud still burns bright. Who could have pushed this legend to swear off millions just to avoid them? As we dive deeper into Duvall's saga, the spotlight swivels to his softer side, his tangled personal life, and the financial empires of his Godfather peers, all while whispers of shocking confessions keep us on edge. Duvall's tender mercy's role as Max Sledge, a broken country singer clawing back from rock bottom, hit like a quiet thunderbolt. He roamed Texas to nail the drawl, sang every note himself, and bared his soul in scenes of loss, like when Mac's daughter slips away just as they reconnect. That Oscar win cemented his genius, but today insiders hint Duvall's reflecting on his own losses, possibly ready to share a secret that'll flip the script on his legacy. Back then, Duvall poured his heart into The Apostle, a passion project he wrote, directed, and bankrolled. Playing Sonny Dewey, a flawed preacher wrestling with pride, he crafted a raw, real portrait of redemption. Shot in 7 weeks with churchgoers as extras, the film's energy was electric, especially when Sonny wins over a skeptic with sheer conviction. No blockbuster, but its honesty earned an Oscar nod and a cult following. Now, Duvall's hinting at a new project tied to his spiritual roots. Could it be a memoir or another indie gem? That's the hook dangling in the air. His personal life's been a wild ride. 4 marriages, each a chapter of growth. His first to dancer Barbara Benjamin in 1964 overlapped with his To Kill a Mockingbird rise, but fame's pressure cracked their bond by 1975. Next came actress Gail Young in 1982, his Tender Mercies co-star, but their shared spotlight fizzled by 1986. Dancer Sharon Brophy, wife number 3, taught him tango, yet they split in 1996. Then Luciana Pedraza, an Argentine filmmaker, stole his heart despite a 41-year gap. Married in 2005, they've built a life of tango, films, and charity through the Robert Duvall Children's Fund. Childless by choice, Duvall's quipped about it with humor, but his focus stays on art and impact. Financially, Duvall's a quiet titan. His $70 million net worth, fueled by Godfather Glory and Butcher's Run films, is set to climb with streaming residuals. His $10 million Virginia ranch and $5 million California coastal home, snapped up decades ago, anchor his real estate game. A vintage Mustang and a Patek Philippe watch keep his style low-key, while health and asset insurance, built over years, shield his wealth. Lessons? Pick passion projects, invest early in land, and cover your bases. Compare that to Al Pacino, whose $120 million fortune teeters from overspending. His $50 million real estate spread, New York lofts, Beverly Hills estates, and Ferrari fleet dazzle. But projections warn of a dip without new hits. Dustin Hoffman's $100 million empire built on The Graduate and Rain Man faces strain after a personal loss shifted his priorities. His Manhattan penthouse and leased private jet scream luxury, but selling a Porsche hints at tightening belts. Health and career insurance keep him steady, but will he pen a tell-all to rebound? Gene Hackman, with $80 million, thrives on his New Mexico ranch, flipping $12 million in Santa Fe and Malibu properties. His Chevy Corvette and Rolex nod to his French Connection grit, and a new production deal could push his wealth higher. His insurance covers investments, a savvy move from his retirement years. James Caan's $20 million net worth, down from Sonny Corleone's peak, reflects financial struggles. Selling a Cadillac and leasing a Gulfstream jet mark leaner times, but a streaming project could spark a comeback. His $8 million LA condo and health insurance offer stability, yet his journey's a stark contrast to Duvall's steady climb. Then there's Marlon Brando, whose Godfather Oscar, famously rejected, capped a $20 million estate. His Tahiti Island and vintage Rolex were legendary, but risky investments dimmed his fortune before his 2004 passing. His health insurance, spotty at times, left lessons in planning. Duvall's lonesome dove role as Gus McCrae, a roguish Texas Ranger, blended charm and grit, stealing hearts alongside Tommy Lee Jones. That miniseries crown jewel boosted his bankroll and clout. Today, his peers face their own dramas. Hoffman's grief, Hackman's comeback, Cahan's hustle, Pacino's spending. But the real pulse pounder? That co-star feud. Word is Duvall's ready to name names, and the fallout could rewrite Hollywood history. Picture the reveal, a clash of egos that shook the Godfather set. Stay locked in, this story's about to explode. The curtain's rising on the final act of Robert Duvall's Hollywood saga, and the burning question remains. Who was the co-star he loathed so fiercely he'd rather lose millions than share a set? As we close this epic tale, Duvall's unyielding spirit, financial savvy, and the dramatic twists of his Godfather peers paint a picture of grit, glory, and secrets still unfolding. His lonesome dove role as Gus McCrae wasn't just a cowboy yarn, it was a cultural earthquake, pulling 26 million viewers over 4 nights. Duvall's charm and gut punch line, "It ain't about dying, it's about living," made Gus a legend, earning him a Golden Globe and cementing his Western crown. Today, whispers of a shocking confession swirl. Is Duvall ready to spill the tea on that feud, or will he take it to the grave? Duvall's career is a masterclass in picking battles. In the 90s, he tackled heavyweights like Stalin in an HBO film, diving into archives to nail the dictator's paranoia, snagging another Golden Globe. Then, as Adolf Eichmann, he chilled audiences with cold detachment, earning an Emmy nod. His civil action lawyer role in Get Low's Haunted Recluse piled on Oscar buzz, proving age only sharpened his edge. But behind the scenes, Duvall's bluntness stirred storms. He called director Stanley Kubrick an actor's enemy, slamming his obsessive takes as creativity killers. Was it principle or pride? That's the hook keeping us glued. His financial empire, now at $70 million, grew from Godfather paydays and Butcher's Run films. Projections see it hitting $80 million by 2030, thanks to streaming residuals and indie hits. His $15 million real estate, Virginia Ranch, California coast, was bought when land was cheap. A genius move. A vintage Mustang, a Patek Philippe watch, and no private jets keep his vibe grounded. Health and asset insurance, locked in early, shield his fortune. Lessons? Buy low, live lean, and bet on your craft. Contrast that with Al Pacino's $120 million, bloated by $50 million in New York and LA properties. His Ferrari fleet and Audemar's Piguet watches dazzle, but risky spending could shave $20 million off by 2030, unless he lands a hit. Dustin Hoffman, reeling from a personal loss, sits on $100 million, down from a Rain Man peak. His $20 million Manhattan penthouse, and leased jet face cuts as he sells a Porsche to stay liquid. Health and career insurance save him, but a memoir could boost his coffers. Will he write it? Gene Hackman's $80 million built on French Connection grit grows with $12 million in Santa Fe and Malibu homes. His Chevy Corvette, Rolex, and new production deal point to a $90 million future. Comprehensive insurance covers his bets, a nod to his practical core. James Caan's $20 million, hit by financial woes, leans on an $8 million LA condo and a streaming deal. Selling a Cadillac hurts, but health insurance holds firm. Could a comeback rewrite his story? Marlon Brando's shadow looms large. His $20 million estate, peaked by Godfather's rejected Oscar, funded a Tahiti island and vintage Rolex. Shaky investments and spotty health insurance dimmed his star before 2004. Duvall's clashes weren't just with Kubrick. He shaded David Fincher, dodging Seven over gut instinct, and clashed with True Grit's Henry Hathaway until John Wayne stepped in. Even Francis Ford Coppola, a friend, caught flack over Godfather III's pay gap. Duvall laughed off Coppola's crab cake obsession during their talks. Steven Spielberg? Duvall cut ties after Spielberg's Cuba visit, calling it a betrayal. These feuds paint a man who prized art over alliances. Duvall's peers navigate their own dramas. Hoffman's grief fuels introspection. Hackman's comeback bruise, Kion fights for relevance, and Pacino juggles excess. But Duvall's legacy, 6 decades of raw, real roles, stands apart. His charity with Luciana, the Robert Duvall Children's Fund, aids Argentine kids, showing heart behind the tough exterior. Financially, he teaches us, invest in what lasts, land, not flash. Take risks on passion like the apostle, and cover your future. Insurance isn't sexy, but it's smart. The final hook? That co-star feud. Insiders say Duvall's prepping a tell-all, naming the actor's enemy who sparked his fury. Picture the fallout, a Hollywood bombshell that'll echo for years. As the credits roll, one truth shines. Duvall's no saint, but his fire forged a legend, and we're still begging for one last twist.